Now, I saw Brady shout down Josh McDaniels multiple times. One year they won the Super Bowl. I saw Ken Dorsey explode in a coaching room, and I thought, big deal. I mean, this is what I've sat next to those coaching rooms. Guys are swearing first series on. A lot of times we just don't understand that it's pro sports. It's football. You guys are arguing all the time. I don't know what to make of that Bieniemy thing, but Eric had a good answer. He's like, who cares? This is what you want to do. I want my quarterback to fight for it. Did you ever have staff, player disagreements like in-game?
Yeah, there's fights that took place all the time on the sidelines. I'd say a big difference now than where it is historically is there's so many more cameras that catch every single interaction all the time. But there's constantly disagreements, and you have a group full of highly competitive people in moments that are extremely tense. You're going to disagree. And as much as you'd like it to be perfect at all times, it isn't. But it doesn't mean that you don't like the person or that it's going to escalate from there. It's in that moment we disagree about what the best course of action is. And at the end of the day, he deferred to the offensive coordinator, and they moved on with the decision that they made. But you really do like those guys that are saying, hey, I want the ball. Sure. I want a chance to push it forward. You're really worried about the guys like, yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. Go, punt it away. Yeah, so, that's not great.
It's interesting. Chip Kelly, by the end of his first year, even though they went 10-6, many people speculated he was losing the locker room. He was a college guy, and some of the veterans didn't like the practice schedule. I saw a story this morning that Matt Rule, college guy, has lost the locker room. Brandon Staley, very little experience, young guy, analytics. A lot of people last couple of weeks have been saying veterans are not buying into some of this analytics stuff. Dave Wannstedt always used to say, you can lose 2 games in a row. You lose 3, 10 guys split off. As Bill Parcells said, the losers start grumbling, the winners try to fix it. And that's, you got a lot of different personalities in the locker room. There is this college pro thing. Matt Rule's a college guy. Saban didn't do well. Spurrier didn't do well. Pete Carroll had an NFL history before he went to SC back. So did Coughlin. Do you think there's something out there about college coaches? Be very careful. A lot of this stuff doesn't work in pro football.
Well, I've never coached in college, but just in evaluating the schemes and the amount of time that's available to college coaches, the schemes aren't as complicated. You can't do as much week to week. And so when you transition into pro football, you've got a tremendous amount of time. You've got mature guys. This is what they do. You can put together a volume of game plans that were never available in college. And oftentimes some of that game planning in college was superseded by maybe motivational elements. And in pro football, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what success you had before. If the players know that you can help them get better and you can help them be successful, they will listen to anything you say, regardless of how it's presented. But if they feel like you're not giving them substance and you're not allowing them to improve, then they shut it down quickly, and it's hard to get them back once they've shut it down.
Okay, I'm taking the Jets over the Steelers this week. You know the Jets well. Now, Mac Jones, by the way, banged up in his game. Zach Wilson's banged up in his game. So here's my takeaway on Zach Wilson. A little too much hero ball for me. Always worried about his size. I said this in college. Run around guys. He's a little Johnny Manziel. He's got a slight frame. I worried about injuries. But I do think there's something there, and I think the Jets' last 2 drafts have been really, really strong. What do you want to see now? Now you get about 12 games, 13 games of Zach Wilson in his second year. You own the Jets, let's pretend. What do you need to see to not have discussions about moving on?
Well, hopefully he's coming back and he's fully healthy because if he's not, as well as the offense has been doing, there's been a lot of positive things that they've been doing offensively. I don't know if you need to transition right now if he's not 100% healthy. So that's the first thing, because as an owner, I don't want to hear that he's still banged up or he's still hurt, and that's why he's not performing at a high level. We're assuming he's back, he's healthy, he's ready to go. Then I want to see consistent, incremental progress. Things that are tangible, things that are measurable. I don't want to see pre-snap penalties. I don't want to see disorganization, poor decision making. Some of that is going to happen because he's young, but I want to see less of it. That should decline. So as long as I'm seeing some sort of incremental, tangible progress week in and week out from that position, then I'm excited about it. If it just falls back to what it's been, he might not be the right guy.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to keep my eye on it. And I do this very infrequently. I like the Jets with an upset win. It won't be pretty. None of their wins are, but I like the Jets this weekend. Eric Mangini's on the set of First Things First. That's the show that has an unlimited budget and clothing allowance for guests. I mean, look at this. It looks like, oh my God. Do you go to Goldman Sachs right before you go on the air? It's unbelievable. I'm sitting here wearing 9-year-old shirts.
I thought you would love the tie that they
It's gorgeous.
Chose. It's whimsical. It brings in the weekend. Last time we were on, you talked about how I had a corporate look. I thought this would be something that you'd really appreciate.
I do.
It kind of has a California feel to it, doesn't it?
As the kids say, I'm jelly. Yeah. I'm envious. I'm jelly. Good seeing you, Coach.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, Colin.
All right, great stuff. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.